Something happened on Friday that I found disturbing. The extra funding for the SNAP program, what we commonly know as food stamps, that was provided in the stimulus bill, ran out. And it was an additional $5 billion a year. Sounds like a lot of money, but in a multi-trillion-dollar government budget, it's a drop in the bucket. And I'm sure the good folks at the House of Representatives who allowed this to lapse were thinking that, well, it's just a drop in the bucket. It's, it's saving some money. And I read a story about a woman down here in the Bronx. She has kids from 15 months to 15 years of age. Recently became a single mother through divorce. Was working 2 jobs and juggling bills. Got laid off at one. So now she's playing the game of, do I pay the gas bill? Do I pay the electric bill? Do I pay the rent? Which one do I toss up in the air this month? And how am I going to feed my 5 kids? To her, that $5 billion, because yes, she's on food stamps, even though she's working so hard, that $5 billion meant a lot. It went a long way. I think it cut the bill $1.70 per person per meal down to $1.40. Doesn't sound like much to us. We know where our next meal's coming from. But for her, it's a reality. Well, I just did it, didn't I? I handed you an issue. That's huge. What can you realistically do about the SNAP program? What can I realistically do? Preachers are good at doing that. We like getting these great big issues and filling you full of guilt so you can walk out that door and feel bad all week. Not me. I don't want to do that. But I am going to say a couple more things about this issue. First of all, it's very short-sighted. It's not just hunger that increases in our country. That's $5 billion that's removed from the grocer's economy. That's $5 billion that's removed from the farmers and the distributors' economy. You see where I'm going here. But now let's step beyond that. Do I really think the government ought to be in the job of providing food for people or running and adding economic stimulus to our food distribution and our farmers? I don't really think so. Where it breaks down is, why is this hard-working woman dependent on food stamps? Why isn't she getting a living wage? Why is she not being paid enough so she doesn't have to juggle bills, but maybe even have a little bit more set aside and provide for her children, not in the here and now, just here and now, but in the future as well. Give them opportunity to go to college. It's a question of justice, and it permeates our whole society. And it's not new. You heard it in the gospel lesson this morning. From Jesus through Luke, talking about the have-nots, oh, blessed, 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 against those damned haves. Woe, woe, woe. And the woe can be translated as damned. Damned are you. So there's that great divide between the have-nots and the haves. And the problem in this country is the haves, we're in a recovery. The have-nots, we're falling further behind. And here's something about Scripture that a lot of people really don't get, because usually they get caught up in the, is it literal, or, blah, blah, that stuff. It is wisdom. And over again, Scripture warns us that the further polarized the society comes, especially economically, the less care shown to those who have not, then eventually that tension will result in a collapse. We're headed that way. Mark my words, I'll be a prophet this morning. I'll be Amos to your Israel. We're headed that way. So what are you going to do about it? Here we are again. What are you going to do about it? What can you do about it? Look up there. What does it say at the top of that hymn board? All saints. And this is, I'm really on a rant this morning. This is where the church has really done a disservice to the world. It's all saints. Follow the example of Blessed Francis. Follow the example of fill in the blank, Claire, St. Martin, St. Augustine, St. Jerome. All these wonderful saints that you and I will never be like, right? Bunk, all saints. That's you. Doggone it, it's me too. When we went through the waters of baptism, we took upon ourselves the name Christ. And coming out of the waters of baptism, it's our responsibility to live into Christ and awaken Christ within ourselves. We are the saints. And what this world needs, do we need to go on a crusade against the haves? Some people do that. We certainly need to respond to the needs of the have-nots. What this world needs are more saints. Realized, genuine saints to grease the wheels of the world and make it operate smoothly. So there will be living wages. I think Jalaluddin Rumi has a poem that really fits all saints. Lovers think they're looking for each other, but there's only one search. Wandering this world is wandering that, both inside one transparent sky. In here, there is no dogma and no heresy. In other words, in that place of pure spirit, there's no polar, there's wholeness. The miracle of Jesus is himself. Not what he said or did about the future. Forget the future. I'd worship someone who could do that. Jesus lived in this moment, was attentive to now. On the way, you may want to look back or not. If you can say there's nothing ahead, there will be nothing there. And here's the heart of the matter. Stretch your arms and take hold the cloth of your clothes with both hands. The cure for pain is in the pain. Good and bad are mixed. If you don't have both, you don't belong with us. It will take a little bit of pain to be a saint out there in the world. It's our call to suffer, to live Christ in the world. You see where it got him? Ooh, don't want to be there. Don't want to take that chance. Good and bad are mixed. If you don't have both, you don't belong with us. Becoming a saint means making peace with myself and understanding that, man, I got some bad attributes in my personality. Anybody else? And I've got some pretty good things going on in my personality. Anybody else? And come to an acceptance of that, not only in me, but in other people as well. The haves have good and bad. The have-nots have good and bad. We're all human beings. And that brings him to this final line. When one of us gets lost, is not here, he must be inside us. There's no place like that anywhere in the world. What are you going to do? The world is full of injustice. The world's crying out for saints. Christ changes the world. Notice I didn't put that in past tense. I didn't say Christ changed the world. Christ changes the world. Christ changes the world through you, through me. All saints up there on the board? No. You're right, here.